Congratulations to Red Team. I think all of them will get 5 points. If you guys don't know how the points system works, every time a team wins a game, everyone on that team gets 5 points. And the cash reward will be distributed at the end of 5 games based on how many points everyone has. Yeah, that was well played by both teams. Well played by both teams. Week 2 menu includes fan playing $500 dono. I mean, if that $500 dono goes to me, maybe. I mean, wait a minute. If I'm playing, then I'm gonna need some gas stations, you know what I'm saying? Same 10 players every night or week. That's up to Pombai. I mean, the players could probably switch out. This is kind of like a pilot episode, pilot series that he's making, kind of checking out things, see how it works. Yeah, you could definitely ask some EU players as special guests. True, I'm sure they would be, at least some of them would be down for it. And someone asked what's the schedule. So I'm going to be guest observing for 2 weeks. So for me, it's going to be this Saturday, next Saturday, 5 p.m., which is the start of my stream, for the first 2 weeks. All right, so as the draft gets started here, we have a first pick Blaze. Blaze generally a very high priority pick, especially when Hogger is banned in the off lane. Multi-man stuns, Bunker, something that only Grandmasters seem to use. Very useful, very fast wave clear. Followed up by a Diablo and a Sylvanas. Diablo is also very strong these days. W build Diablo never dies. Super tanky. And Sylvanas, always a good S tier damage dealing hero, of course. Look at all these S tier heroes, dude. S tier hero, S tier hero, S tier hero. Is my Diablo an S tier? No, but it's an A tier. Plays in the. These two are A tier. But you could argue they get even better when it's high GM and not just a random Storm League game. Alright, a false stat ban here. Someone has had enough of Cure split push and they said, stop split pushing right now. Get out of here with that BS. And we have an Anduin ban here too, which would indicate maybe some kind of CC kill comp coming in here in the last 2 picks. They don't want Anduin to get a free pull on some kind of a kill attempt they're having here. Right now it's already decent with Blaze Charge, maybe Bless Shield. That's already a good reason to make sure they don't get a get out of jail free card from those 2 things. We got the Irel, the Liam special in the off lane. And a Malfurion. Presumably to chain CC off of the Diablo. A little sleep root plus Diablo combo, always good. And our last 2 picks coming in here, we got a Hanzo, probably with the arrow again. And a Maiev. This team looking pretty scary. A lot of synergies here, like Johanna, Maiev, clump them up, pull them all. A lot of CC. This team looks pretty scary, but this team is good as well. We definitely have a little bit more wave clear on this side, so early game this side will probably get the priority again. Faster wave clear, a little faster camp clear. They'll probably be able to rotate a little faster. But that wasn't too much of a problem last game. Last game, the team that had worse wave clear just kept ganking and ganking, and eventually they got the win. Why the last pick Tracer here? So part of it is always going to be player preference. Maybe it's a hero that Filth is just comfortable with. It's a hero that's comfortable that he's familiar with. But also it's pretty good here, I would say, because Tracer versus Maiev is a good matchup. Your E removes his tether. You can also generally pretty easily just stay in the tether and not proc it because you're super mobile. Also, Johanna as a main tank has very low threat to Tracer. You can't really do that much to a Tracer as a Johanna. So really the only hero on this team that threatens Tracer is the Hanzo, and that's like a 50-50 matchup. They both threaten each other, right? So Tracer's not bad here. I like the Tracer here. Who won last game? It's not like same teams. So this is like an in-house series, 5 games. Every single game they're drafting different players, and individually, whoever is on the winning team per game gets points. So some of these guys won last game, some of them lost last game. The teams are shuffled every game. Yeah, Malf is the best healer for Tracer as well, which would add another reason to why they picked Malfurion earlier.
5, 4.
We can maybe show the points on stream after this game. I'll try to show the overlays. Hopefully they work. I'm not sure if they'll work or not, but we can try to show you guys the point standing after this game. Yo, Numits with the 10 sub gift bomb. Thank you very much for the support, Numits. Greatly appreciate that. Vapid Villain, Tragic Sikri, Jammy, Krendel, Mad Kramer, Lantern, P-Ville, Vado, and Curtis, and Catch. Make sure you guys all thank Numits for the complimentary sunglasses. Welcome to the fan club. So you can see here already the wave clear advantage I was talking about is going in heavy, right? They cleared the wave. Blue team clears red team's wave, and they still had a full wave because they had so much wave clear advantage. Now red team tried to mitigate that. They knew they were going to lose the level 1 wave clear, so they sent 2 people top, but you know, a Tracer and a Aurel is not going to kill a full HP Blaze early game. And once blue team saw that the Tracer and Aurel were top, they knew they had a 5 versus 3 mid. So what they did was they just kept shoving with this creep advantage. They're doing it again. They're abusing their stronger early game. So it's very good. This is exactly what you want to do with a stronger early game to get the building advantage. Mustang with the 5 sub gift bomb as well. I appreciate that, Mustang. Mandy, Killmister, Animated, Star Shopping, and Arkmer. Make sure you guys all thank Mustang for the complimentary sunglasses. Welcome to the fan club. Oh, new predictions going as well. Whoever wins game 2, if you want to lose your hard-earned channel points, feel free, go ahead. Alright. Pumpkin camps are very important on this map. They're incredibly strong when they connect with buildings. You can see blue team with the better macro advantage actually managed to do 2 pumpkin camps in the time that the red team did 1. And this is what really happens a lot at high level games. This is why wave clear and camp clear timings are so important, because when you're in the Storm League, like, people just don't do the camp at the time they're supposed to. And even if it's up, they just won't do it, you know, they're just like, they'll go there like 2 minutes after they're supposed to. But when you're playing at the highest level, every second counts. So if you're clearing the wave faster, 2 seconds, 3 seconds faster than the opponent team, and you're not wasting any of those seconds, you can get advantages like this, where you're converting it into extra camp just with 2-3 seconds of extra wave clear or camp clear. As I say that though, red team is striking back. Like I said, red team, very lethal ganking, very lethal team fighting. And they get the Maiev with the first kill. Almost getting the Hanzo. One team focused on winning through macro, one team focused on winning through kills. And so far, both teams kind of getting what they want. Red team actually getting 2 kills this early before Diablo's even level 10. After that kill, I'd say this game is in favor of red team by a little. They're definitely winning by a little. Porky getting some good combos again. Porky kind of popping off. But it's Towers of Doom. It's still anyone's game, of course. Yeah, it's very... So heroes like Diablo, Tracer, these heroes are like really bad before level 7, by the way. Like they don't fight very well pre-level 7. So for them to get 2 kills pre-7 means they are catching you significantly out of position. Realistically, I would not expect red team to get a single kill pre-7. But like I said, still anyone's game. Wow. Porky almost gone down there, and then he remembered that he's W-build Diablo, pop spell shield, never dies. It's gonna be very hard for them to kill this Diablo before they have giant killer or percent damage on some of their heroes. I could see a world where they just never kill this Diablo too. Kier's going for Q build, it looks like, which does have a little bit of percent damage at 16, but it's not that much. And you need to be constantly hitting Qs to make it effective. And that means the only one that can really kill Diablo is like maybe Hanzo 16 giant killer. So this Diablo could be a big problem later on in the game. Oh yeah, we could do the big zoom for the team fights. Alright, here we go. Red team looking for more picks here. Blue team consolidating at the camp. They're gonna try to do the camp. Both solo laners are rotating into this fight. They said, F the double soak, baby, we're here. Might be a huge 10v10. Midwave is crashing again though, so they'll probably go soak that again. Oh, everyone's posturing, They're going on Diablo. That was 3 blinks for the Tracer, so Tracer is out of commission for a little bit. Irel is mid lane here. It's a 5 versus 4 for a little bit for red team. As Irel gets here, that 5 versus 4 gets them half of Diablo's life bar. Still posturing. The 10v10? That is correct. The 10v10 happening right now. Oh, is arrow keys how you do better? Alright, I'll try to arrow keys. I mean, it's a little jarring with arrow keys too, but we'll see what happens here. There's like this auto camera. But like sometimes the auto camera just starts swapping like crazy. Oh my god, that's a huge wailing arrow. 4-man silence into the lightning breath. Bunny hopping for days. Liam with the bunny hoppers. And they struck right before blue team got level 10 there. With the blaze not there as well. Very well played. Very well executed team fight for red team. Red team definitely in the lead now, but it's still early days. Oh! Kier trying to time his jump there to avoid the Diablo pullback, but that means he cannot avoid the pulse bomb. So the macro was working out pretty well early game for them, right? But as soon as one person gets picked, a macro game plan starts falling apart because your macro game plan assumes that you use those precious seconds, you know, where you're wave clearing a little faster in order to do the next thing, and you continuously build up this macro advantage. But as soon as someone gets picked, your macro advantage kind of disappears because now it's 5 versus 4 on the map. You can't freely do whatever you want when it's 5 versus 4. You cannot just freely step up to clear a wave anymore. You cannot just freely do any camp you want. There's a chance for invades. So these picks are happening a little too often for the macro team to do what they want. As Porky charges into the fort, gets half of Rhaegar's HP. That was pretty good. But on the retreat, Malfurion getting caught out, and that is one of Malfurion's biggest weaknesses. He's good at everything, but he's squishy, and he has no escape. So positioning is by far the most important thing you can do on a Malfurion. I don't even think that was like too big of a mistake by him. It's just a little unfortunate. You know, he saw the flow of the fight was going blue team's way 1 second later than he needed to, and he just barely couldn't get out in time. He'll be back in time for the altars here though, so that death is not too big of a deal for them. Try pressing L. Oh. Oh, the thing stopped locking. Alright, I guess this is better. Alright, here we go. Fight's happening again. Blaze is rotating in a little bit faster than Irel. He's gonna go for the channel, which I'm sure Irel will stop. Oh, he's not gonna make it. Oh. I feel like there was a chance he didn't make it, but he self-canceled there, so once again, all even as the team start posturing. Going on Irel, but they're not fully committing. Team's not in position. We have a pulse bomb onto the Hanzo, which means Tracer has no post bomb anymore. Diablo getting a big lightning breath. Cure actually missing his containment disc, so no ultimate there. And they are driven back just by the trade of damage there. They'll give up the top shrine. They'll probably tap and fight for the bottom shrine though. And you can kind of see the Diablo as a big problem here. I actually think containing Diablo and all-ending the rest of the team might be a better play. Because he's just standing in front, right? And you can't kill him because you have no percent damage. So he's kind of forcing you to go on him, or the Urel. And any damage you get on these two are not effective because they're just too tanky without percent damage. Any damage you trade onto these guys without percent damage, the enemy team will trade more damage back on you. So you can see they're getting zoned out, and this is what I was saying earlier, where Diablo could get to be a very big problem without percent damage in these cases. Oh, got a tether, but without containment disc you cannot really threaten the Tracer. Alright. I'm tired of talking. Let's go listen to Red Team comp so I can stop talking for a while. Also, you guys get to hear what they're saying at a high level game.
Soon they're all coming.
We have the force.
They're all coming.
They
No,
are
they're not.
all
They're just
coming.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. No, he's not.
fine,
He
but
doesn't know. But
Actually,
he's.
wait,
I think
they're trolling. I'm fine.
Oh, they're trolling. They're
I'm
trolling.
playing mid with Joe.
They're trolling.
They dissed me and did nothing.
Porky's mid.
I
They
don't know.
dissed him. It did
They must
nothing.
be doing
That was
boss
true.
or
That was
something.
true.
Okay, there's a Rhaegar here.
Is this
We
too
can
loud,
choose
by the
Just
way,
defend
guys?
bottom.
Maybe I
They're
should
gonna have 5-man you,
yeah,
so
I'm
be
down.
careful. Be careful.
lower the volume a little bit.
Like you guys need to be really careful behind the porch.
Y'all need to be
Fine.
really careful.
They're all coming. They're all 5.
As I try to
We have
lower
level
the
16.
volume.
in a
No,
sec.
no,
He's
Joe,
G.
she's killable.
Oh, it's
They're 5,
perfect?
they're 5.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
coming.
Your
Careful.
Blaze from the back, yeah.
He might be fine though with 16.
Okay, not
They're going
Blaze
on
from the
Porky.
back. I have
Porky's-
shield, I have shield. I'm fine.
I used arrow.
Hitting Nintori. Yeah, they're all slowed.
Look at
That's this.
Yeah, we're chilling, we're chilling.
the Diablo. Man.
Filth cap, I think.
Sure.
Doing hella damage. They're playing through mid. I'm
If they
putting
walk
more
through mid, we
back.
can farm them maybe.
Farm them has been
Just
called.
shoot them.
They're giving. They're giving.
Yeah.
Don't let them go.
I'm gonna go watch boss.
Yeah. We
If they
quit it.
started, do we even want to fight them?
I have QE on somebody, maybe.
We don't have health.
Careful
fine,
mid, careful
let's go.
mid. Let me just get top wave. Top is
Yeah,
a
we
big
see them
wave.
all. We're not doing bust.
Care blast. He's looking for
I'm
me.
here. Yeah.
No
Oh, I
blast.
missed.
No
They might
blaze,
go
no
on
blaze.
me.
4v4.
I'm fine for right
Good
now.
pull.
Hitting cure.
That's disc and blast. I'm chunking right now.
Huge.
Huge
Large
chunk.
chunks.
We are
Can we do boss? They're hella low.
Eh?
Yeah,
No, we should defend bottom. We should defend
We
bottom.
just not.
You sure it's okay?
No throwing. XD.
Let's pull the tower and go.
Alright. No throwing XD. Famous last words by Porky. Oh, because he kind of threw last game. Okay, I see. Okay, well, it wasn't just Porky, to be fair. I mean, it wasn't really a like he was like one toe out of position too much last game, and that cost him a lot. No throwing XD. Oh, bunch of them on Liam though. If they can get this kill, this is big. One kill is the start of everything. Oh, the Ancestral just barely not connecting. If that Ancestral connects, it's a 5 versus 4. That is the start of a great comeback for blue team. But literally half a second faster and it would have connected, but unfortunately, it was not. Could I go to a specific player's view? I think I can, yeah. What player's view do you want to go to, though? Just follow them? Yeah, we could. We could just follow, like, Porky. But the thing about this view is you can't see the action on other parts of the screen unless the player himself is looking at him. And also, there's Fog of War, which is sometimes good, but sometimes you don't want the Fog of War. Yeah. Oh, Tracer, triple blink. And he's outie. Oh, And a Rhaegar is caught. That is a pretty big catch. Forces Ancestral, forces Arrow. That means blue team has no ultimates here. This is not great. This is not great. They're using all their damage on Diablo. He's not dying. Caster cursed him. He died, but we'll see if they use too much there. Ooh, they actually got the Sylvanas too. Looks like they didn't use too much. Here we go. The good pulse bomb there to get himself one extra dash. He also has dash talent at 13, so this Tracer will be pretty tricky to pin down. They might be able to do it if everyone collapses, though. He is currently very trapped. They're guarding the cap first before they go for him. I don't think they'll let him out of this one. Oh. Dodges disc. Good try. Dodged about as much as he possibly could up there, but there's no way out there in the middle of 4 people. Mouse, scroll, or click minimap for what? To move camera? I don't think my mouse scroll does anything. Oh, for big zoom. I know what the big zoom is. Yeah, Shift Z. Yeah, we could do that more. Or are you guys saying you just want this permanent? You literally want to be zoomed permanently? I feel like it's not necessary sometimes. Alright, we have a 4 versus 3 push here on the bottom. Cure claps in 5 versus 3. Well, if Diablo can ever die, it would be now. 5 versus 3. They're up 20 advantage. Disc barely misses again. If he was aiming for Malfurion there. If he caught the Malfurion there, that was almost certainly a kill. Malfurion, no escape. Barely missing though. Gives red team the counter kill, and this Diablo is just such a huge problem. The Hanzo does have a giant killer, but you know, the margin of error for blue team is just so thin, you know. When you're dumping all this damage into Diablo, it's not effective damage. If that disc misses, it's just too easy for red team to get turns like this.
Lay claim to the altars.
Ripperonis blue team.
Not disappoint me.
And this might be game. Red team is going for 5 altars there. They just got the 5th altar, bottom side. If they get both of these caps, they win the game. Now, if blue team can stall this cap, they might have a chance, but it's 5 versus 2. It does not look like he's gonna stall this for much longer. This looks like this is a quick end to game 2. Team fights, you can look closer, but normal situations, big zoom. I would have thought it was be the opposite. I would have thought you want big zoom on team fights. I mean, we could just big zoom permanently then. That's fine. GG has been called.
tmi.twitch.tv/usernotice #FanHOTS.
That's me. You know it. Rosenheim, thanks for the 5-sub gift bomb. Sasani, Scum City, or Slummy City. Demon, Catalan, Coverski. Make sure you guys all thank Volzen for complimentary ad block and sunglasses. And welcome to the fan club. I hope y'all enjoy your stay. A rare Porky owning. Yeah, that was well played by Porky. That was also, I think, just not enough percent damage versus Diablo. So I think the draft was very favored for the Diablo player there as well. And it's like one of those situations where I've been watching these guys for so long. Like I kind of know how Cure thinks about his drafts because I watch 30K do this kind of draft very often, and surprisingly, Cure is like 0-2 right now, right? Like, you can argue that out of all these players, if you had to pick one that's the best player, like, most people would pick Cure, right? He's got the most accomplishments out of all these guys. So I kind of understand how Cure's mind works, or at least I think I do. And he likes drafting this kind of comp. I like drafting this kind of comp too, where you're all about macro efficiency. You're all about playing the map, getting priority in the lanes, getting the first move. And this kind of thing works. The better, the more coordinated your team is, the more practice time your team puts in, the better this kind of draft is. But like I mentioned in the game earlier, the second someone gets picked, the second someone gets a mistake, you lose all of your macro advantage. Which is why this kind of draft is not quite as good in an in-house, and it would be not quite as good in like a Storm League game, solo queue either, right? Because I think what Cure is expecting here is when this comp is played almost perfectly, you saw it early game in both games. You get ahead, right? You get a soak advantage. You're translating that into like a camp advantage, and you're just slightly ahead on everything, and you're playing well enough to not give the other team an opening because you have the better rotations, you have the better macro. So as long as you play well enough to not give the other team an opening, this is very strong. But in both games, since this is in-house, this is not, they're drafting different players every team. These are pickup teams essentially. So you're not like scrimming with these players. You're not getting a huge amount of coordinated practice with the same players. So the openings are there. The openings are much more frequent. And I think in that situation, just drafting something that's good at team fighting, assuming both teams will give a lot of openings, has been working a little bit better. No, I'm the caster yo-yo, or the observer, whatever you want to call it here. All right, the next batch of teams is getting drafted right now. We'll just wait for the lobby. Oh, is up. And on to game 3 we go.